In the A Song of Ice and Fire novels, the Faceless Men are based at the House of Black and White, a temple in Braavos dedicated to the many-faced god that everyone will face, a reference to death. While they are indeed a guild of assassins, they have philosophical and religious motivations that will lead them to rejecting commissions that clash with those motivations. The Faceless Men are a fairly old organization, predating even the Doom of Valyria. Their founders were slaves who worked in the mines under the 14 Flames, the great volcanic mountain chain whose eruption destroyed the Valyrian Freehold 4 centuries ago. The thousands of slaves from 100 different lands faced death on a daily basis, and over time, the belief developed among some of them that while they came from many different lands and followed many different religions, all of these religions were fundamentally the same, because they all worshipped death in some fashion. They were either polytheistic religions that had a god devoted to death, or monotheistic religions with a deity that had dominion over death. In time, this turned into a syncretic belief system worshipping the many-faced god of death, holding that death has appeared to humans under many different faces as many different gods, but they are all fundamentally one god. The organization actually predates Braavos itself. They started out by giving the gift of death to slaves who were suffering particularly horribly in the mines to ease their pain, and in time they learned to surreptitiously give the gift to some of their Valyrian masters as well, becoming skilled assassins. Many centuries later, the surviving Faceless Men relocated to Braavos, which was founded by ex-slaves who had escaped from Valyria, though whether this was after or slightly before the Doom is unclear. The Faceless Men charge exorbitant fees, but their reputation for success is unmatched. The cost increases relative to the importance of the target and the difficulty of the objective. In the first book, it is said that hiring a faceless man to kill Daenerys Targaryen would cost more than it would to hire an entire army. Tyrion mentions in a conversation with Varys that as a boy, he often daydreamed about one day being rich enough to hire a faceless man to send after Cersei 5. Further, the Faceless Men will reject a contract if killing the target clashes with their strange, and at times inscrutable, religious beliefs. Conversely, sometimes they choose bizarre payments, according to what they feel is due. Sometimes, if a powerful lord asks them to kill the child of one of his enemies, the Faceless Men give as their price that in return they will kill the lord's own child. The lord can reject this, but it also means rejecting the entire contract. Their fee is for a precise assassination, and the death of anyone other than the intended target is avoided whenever possible. They usually go so far as to try to make their assassinations look like accidents, adding to the mystery surrounding their order. For example, in the TV series, Jaqen kills the Tickler by sneaking up, snapping his neck, and then throwing him off a castle wall, and then slipping away, leaving witnesses unsure if he was actually murdered. Jaqen did kill Amory Lorch with a poison dart, but only because he was pressed for time to kill him immediately. Faceless Men are not complete shapeshifters. They cannot grow drastically taller or shorter, though they can dramatically change their appearance within their own physical limitations. Either men or women can become Faceless Men. The abilities of Faceless Men are not genetic or limited to a specific race. Anyone can become a faceless man with the proper training in the arcane knowledge of their order. It is debatable whether the abilities of the Faceless Men could be considered magic. They use a variety of tools, potions, and special training to shape-shift, rather than outright incantations and spells. In the novels, it is implied that Euron Greyjoy hired a faceless man to kill his brother Balon. In the Forsaken sample chapter of the 6th novel, Euron admits that he had Balon killed, not by his own hands, but does not specify who did.